Hey, Pastor Matt here again, and today I want to talk to you one more week about relationships, especially as it pertains to getting married and your potential spouse or your future spouse. And remember, your spouse is going to have a greater influence on your life than any other person alive, even your own parents. And so I want to encourage you to commit to have a type of marriage and be the type of spouse and hold out for the type of spouse that's going to have a quality, wonderful marriage. Because marriage is supposed to last 50 or 60 years, and you don't want to have the next 50 or 60 years of your life be miserable. And I know people say, well, I'll just divorce them. And that is an option, but the problem with that is that leaves so many people hurting. And it takes years to overcome the negative emotion, the negative hurt that gets put in your life when there is that type of an emotional breakup. So I want to talk to you a few things. First of all, let me just share this with you. This actually isn't in my notes here, but let me tell you, I know what our culture says. And look, I try to make bridges with our culture, but there's some things I can't build a bridge with. And let me tell you something in our culture today that will set your marriage up to fail. And that is living with somebody before you get married. I know that's not very popular for me to say today. And I know especially at a college campus or especially among your friends, I might be looked at as old-fashioned. But every statistic out there shows your marriage is 80% more likely to end in divorce if you live together before you got married. I want to challenge you. Don't do that. Don't fall into that trap. That is a cultural lie. And I just want to be bold enough and love you enough to tell you the truth, because I'm trying to set you up for an awesome marriage. And let me tell you, you know Andrea and we have an awesome marriage, and we're just teaching you principles that we've put in our own life. And I've done 23 plus years of marriage ministry. I know what works. And so let me tell you some other things to think about. Number one, when you're looking for a spouse, you're looking for somebody that loves God. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people will put on an act like, oh yeah, I believe. But they don't want to talk about it. They don't go to church. They're not vocal about it at all. Let me tell you something. If they don't have outward manifestation that you can tell they're a Christian, it's not that, I'm not saying they're a bad person. But the fact of the matter is, the fact that you're taking time to watch this video tells me you are at a way above average. You're just a cut above. And you're going to see as you get older, your faith is going to become more and more important to you. Maybe right now you're trying to do all this stuff, play all these, or get all your classes, set your future up. That's fine, but I can assure you, by the time you're in your mid-20s, your faith is going to be the most important thing in your life. And you want to share that with your best friend, your spouse. And if your spouse isn't as in love with Jesus as you are, I want to tell you, it's going to make for a difficulty in your future. So I know that eliminates a lot of people, and a lot of cute people, and a lot of people that you could have a crush on. But you know what? Please hear this preacher today with wisdom and with love for you. Commit to God's timing and don't be unequally yoked. Marry somebody who loves Jesus. I'll see you next week.